how you doing? I'm Brunning. You probably know me as the TV production instructor here at Atlantic High School, and occasionally we'll build props like this T-Rex skeleton I'm working on out of chicken wire right now. A lot of people say, hey, how do you know how to build a dinosaur and come up with all the right bones? It's because I've been studying prehistoric skeletons for a long time. Unfortunately, in Florida, there were no dinosaurs. We were underwater when the dinosaurs were around. So the best we can do is like mastodons and mammoths and giant ground sloths and stuff like that you've probably seen in the local museum. We're going to take a little adventure now, and I'm going to use these clothes to change into, and I'm going to change from Don Brunning, TV production instructor, to Don Brunning, fossil hunter. And we're going to go look for some fossils in a secret location 100,000 years old. What do you say we give it a shot? Here we go. Right, so, Don Brunning, fossil hunter. It's not a fashion statement, okay? It's just necessary. It's just necessary. Me lucky hat. Every fossil hunter has to have a lucky hat. Unfortunately, this lucky hat doesn't fit. So, we're not going to be able to use it. So we'll just go right back to the old ponytail thing, and then we'll head outside and walk to our secret location. Remember, every fossil hunter must keep their location secret so that only they can find the fossils. Ready? Right, so we're on our way to our first secret location, top secret location. Nobody must ever find out about it. By the way, have you panned over and seen the crew yet? Pan over and see the crew there. There's our crew. All right, crew. Yay for the crew. Let me see the camera. Here's your cameraman, right? Yay for the cameraman. Okay. Ready for our first secret location. Here we go. Right, here we are, our first secret location. This is called shell marl. Shell marl comes from what we say is a borrow pit. In other words, this is broken shell and sand mixed together that people like to use for parking lots, much like it is here. But do you know what you can find in shell marl? Everybody.
Shells.
Fossils, that's right, fossils. Very good. Okay, let's take a look about, shall we? I found a pebble. I found a shell. Keep looking, it's never easy to be a fossil hunter. We may not find any in this particular shell marl that was spread out as a parking lot. And then again, we may. Okay, well, part of the crew found a nice conch. That's conch, and don't forget the N. Just to prove to you that thousands and thousands of years ago, Florida was underwater, well, obviously the shells would tell part of that story, wouldn't they? We found a piece of coral. Look over here. We've got a nice piece of coral here. Just gotta excavate it out of this shell marl pit here. Be very gentle, because you don't want to break the fossil. There you go. Nice piece of coral sitting right there. Brain coral, something like that. We're probably not going to find any fossils at this secret location. We're going to have to go to our other secret location to find them.
Lamar Moorhead. Would you meet your mother in the parent pickup?
Right. That's always something. Anyway, we're probably going to have to go to our other secret location and try and find some fossils. Now, I've been successful in the past. That doesn't mean anything about tonight. It's always a brand new adventure when you're looking for
Fossils.
Fossils. Right, here we go. Let's go. Right, so we're on our way to our second secret location, right? Sometimes we run into the natives from the local tribe. How are you?
New Smyrna Beach High School.
All right, New Smyrna Beach High School. That's not where we're going, though. Why do you have stuff
The
all over you?
savages.
Why do you have stuff all over your lens? Give me the camera first. Look at the ancient Aztec temples surrounding our secret location. Right, so sometimes when you're on your way to secret locations, you get locked out. You know what you have to do? You have to go around the corner. Right, Chris thought this would be a good shot, so we're just doing another angle on the way to our secret location number 2. Was this a good angle, Chris? Here we are at secret location number 2. And if Chris keeps panning, you'll get to see the world of teal in the background. Real secret, huh? Yeah, you should have stopped. Right, real secret, huh? Okay, come on. As you can see, we're in a giant pit. Now, the further you go down in the earth, the further back in time you go. Right? Right. What are you going to find when you get far enough down there? Fossils. That's right, fossils. So we're going to look around here and we're going to see if Mother Nature has cleared out any fossils for us. Here we go. A word of caution, though. It's really hard to tell the difference between a rock, a shell, and a fossil. That's a shell. That's a rock. And I don't see any fossils yet. So it's really hard to tell. And number two, there's quicksand out here, mates. Thought I'd tell the camera crew that now, since they're already here. There's quicksand, so we must be careful not to sink down to our bloomin'. As you can see by these striated levels, right? That means different time periods. A number of things have happened here in this pit that we happen to be in. We've got some dirt, like sand, that was deposited on a beach. And then if you notice under the sand, shell, 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 this must have been the bottom of an ancient ocean. And as you get deeper again, it turns into sand once again. So you've got like a top layer, and then you've got like potting soil, and then you've got like some little shell, and then you've got some peat, which is decayed vegetation, and then you've got what looks like beach sand. Almost 100,000 years ago, this whole place was a giant beach, and then this was under the water, right here. So we're down below 100,000 years ago. Let's see what we can find. Maybe, perhaps, we'll find some
fossils.
Fossils.
Let me get this for everyone. That's my feet, without socks, shoes on. Brunning neglected to tell me I was going to be walking through knee-deep mud. But this better ensure me an A.
We've been looking around now for about 15 minutes and we haven't had any blasted luck at all. It's sad to say, people, but you know, you have to let the trained professionals handle this, and sometimes not everybody's so fortunate. If you're really sharp, you might notice a giant blue hose behind me. It's not an anaconda, it's a blue hose. And what's happening is they're pumping out all the water from the pit, they're pumping out all the water from the pit, and you know what's down there, don't you?
Fossils.
Fossils. Ever been to the fort in St. Augustine and seen what it's made of? It's called coquina. This is coquina. It's a conglomeration of shell and sand, and it's all pressurized together to make a very, very strong rock that can last thousands of years. And there's tons of it here. But unfortunately, up so far, no fossils. One of my crew just asked me what all of this black stuff is. Right, well, you can take it, you can break it apart. So it's obviously not fossils, but it's called peat. It's rotted vegetation that's been compressed together, and the next stop for this puppy in a couple thousand years and a lot of compression and some heat is coal, the kind of stuff you can burn. You can burn the peat too, it's just not as efficient. But we're looking for fossils. Hey, you remember when I was talking about that quicksand? This is what I'm talking about. My cameraman's sinking. You gotta keep moving. You gotta move fast or you'll sink right down to your bloody... Right, we've been looking for fossils and we have to keep looking at these runoff streams right here. And what we're looking for is something that kind of looks like wood, kind of looks like bone, and I think we've found a really big one. It's over here. Come on, we'll discover this live on video. Holy... This is a big bone. You've got to be very, very careful taking it out of the matrix that it's around so as not to damage it. What this looks like is it's probably a leg bone from either a mastodon or a sloth, something really big. Probably existed anywhere between 40,000 and 100,000 years ago. And this is the puppy we're talking about right here. Beautiful. This is the best find we've had yet. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I can't believe we have a video camera today. She's loose. Let's try to take her out without damaging her. Ah, what a beauty. That is pretty. Right here is obviously a joint where we would have attached to something else. This could be a scapula, a shoulder bone, or it could be some kind of a femur or a tibia. I wouldn't know until I get some more of it out and I'm able to take a look at it. That is a beauty of a bone. Oh. Here's another piece. Let's see if this doesn't fit together somehow, hey? How about that, eh? As soon as I get it cleaned out in the middle, you can see how that fits together. That is a nice, nice bone. Wow, my gosh. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, let's keep looking around this area. Now, what I've done is I got myself a clamshell, and I'm digging around for other pieces of it that might have fallen off and gotten stuck inside the mud. And as I feel around here, look, there's a piece. We'll go back and we'll try to put all this together when we go back to the studio. You want to be careful about digging, though, so you don't break anything apart. That really big bone that we found right down there, it had to have tumbled down from up higher because actually we're standing where the ocean used to be, and that was a land animal. So up here somewhere, that bone tumbled down from. So I'm gonna take a quick jot up here, see if I can't find the rest of it. I probably won't be able to because I found that in this particular site, all the animals are broken up. They've been scattered by scavengers, so there's probably not gonna be a lot of this around. You never know when you're looking for
Fossils.
So, this is probably the area where this cliff, this side of the pit gave way and tumbled that bone down there. It probably came from way up here, but if you notice and you pan down, you'll see how deep we've gotten. You can see, no you can't, now you can. We're starting to lose our sun, so we might have to head back pretty soon, plus there's a storm coming in, Hurricane Irene. You never know what kind of perils there'll be when you're hunting for fossils. Come on, let's go. The only other fossils I've found that have any size to them, a whale vertebrae and a mastodon vertebrae, are right along this shore. So on our way out, we're going to stop and check by, see if we can see anything. It's beginning to rain, so we got to save the camera and go back to the studio, right? So we're on our way out of here. We'll see you next time on Don Brunning, hunting for
Fossils.
Let's go.
Okay, we just came back with Don Brunning, fossil hunter. Don't ever go with him.
He's insane.
Look at my feet. My socks were white.
I'm pretty sure we've lost Mr. Brunning.
We don't know where he is at all, but
if you can
we
hear
found
us Brunning, God bless you.
found some fossils.
For his last words.